What? Good evening, everybody. We're a minute or two late getting started, but if you would, could you all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? And Erwin Lipzinski, he's an Air Force veteran like I am. Would you please lead in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Gary, would you lead in the open prayer for us there?
Dear God, as we gather here this evening, we thank you for the opportunity to serve our community. We ask your guidance and wisdom in our discussions and decisions. May our words reflect unity, integrity, and the commitment in addressing these needs of our citizens first. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you. I'll be seated. I forgot this part. Okay. We'll get started. Tammy, would you conduct roll call, please? And that roll call vote.
I'm the mayor. Bill Moritz,
Here, yes.
Brian MacArthur,
Here.
Michael Reckmeyer,
Here.
Peggy Allen,
Here.
Rodney Mullins,
Here.
Gary Plunk,
Here.
Tim Seidenstricker,
Here.
Troy Blackshear,
Here.
EJ Fleischman,
Here.
Anthony Traxler,
Here.
Sarah Turner, Bill Lehman,
Here.
Bob Sweeney, Dave Crutchley,
Here.
James Pogorzelski,
Here.
Dan Krupa,
Excused.
Chief Carroll.
Here.
Most of us are here. Thank you. Business from the floor. Anyone in the audience who wishes to address the city council on any matter of city business may come forward to the microphone. Just ask that you be physically present in here. We can't accept it on Zoom. When you come forward, please state your name and address for the record, and you'll be allowed 3 minutes to speak on any of your comments. This will be your only chance to speak before the city council in this meeting. Thank you. And I guess we have a few folks.
Yes, first though, Jeff Arp has a presentation he'd like.
Jeff.
Myrma.
Mayor, Council, thank you for your time. My name's Jeff Arp. I'm one of the loss control consultants with Myrma. Myrma is a self-insurance pool that the city's been a member of for many years. We provide our members with a comprehensive coverage packet, process and handle claims, and we spend a great deal of time, money, and effort promoting the best practices in risk management. We accomplish that with our monthly newsletter. I'm required to make multiple on-site visits, our seminars, annual meeting, that list goes on and on. You're also eligible to take advantage of our different reimbursement programs that we have, and one in particular, and the reason why I'm here tonight, is our risk grant program. It was established many years ago to help members offset the cost of equipment you identified a need for that fits within our risk management mission statement. This past year, we received an application from the police department for purchase of several body-worn cameras. The committee met and approved $7,500 to go towards the purchase of those cameras. It is a reimbursable program, so until we get proof of payment that you bought them things, the best I can offer you tonight is an IOU with the certificates with some signatures on it. But I've already talked to Chief about it. He's already got them ordered, so hopefully we'll get that money to you pretty quick.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for your time, and enjoy your meeting.
Thanks for coming.
Mary Wagner.
My name's Mary Wagner. Thank you for listening to me tonight. I live at 3099 Lakeland Court here in Arnold. I'm talking about the property between Industrial Tenbrook, Telegraph, and Lakeview Crossing. There's been construction work, or not work, vehicles and pipes and stuff like that in that area. There's lots of workers that are parking in that lot now that don't seem to observe that there is a neighborhood with houses and children and people coming and going. As employees, I assume their employees are pulling in or out of that parking lot. They have no regard for the other people on the road. Also, it's an eyesore with all the equipment. It's loud. Most of the time, there is a bus stop right behind it. Those are my concerns. Thank you.
Thanks for bringing that up. I actually talked to Street Superintendent Charlie Allen the other day. James knows about this. And they're actually the guys that are working on the gas pipeline. They're putting across up by Rockwood Forest subdivision. If you see the big gas line that's going down through Strawberry Ridge Nature Park, Strawberry Creek Nature Park, and down toward the Merrimack, that's the gas pipeline that's going to go ultimately over to the rebuild of the power plant over on the other side of the river.
So how long will they be there?
I would suggest that they're going to be there for a good couple of months. So,
Okay.
but if it's a matter of getting the word to them that, you know, be neighborly, we can certainly do that.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Sheila Huff.
There.
Hi.
Sheila Huff, 3102 Lakeland Court. A follow-up with her is, you know, we visited this over a decade ago when it was either 2 men in a spa or 2 men in a truck. They wanted to buy that property for exactly what's being done now. It was denied. They did not buy the property. And I kept telling them, this was already settled. This is not the beeping, 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 beeping. It's right directly in our front doors. If you go by there, they're in our front doors. It can't be. Our quality of life is horrid. It's horrid. They don't have any courtesy, you know. They're construction guys, I get it. They're there to do a job, but you have to be mindful. But all this, I mean, they're dumping, I don't know what they're dumping in there, a big liquid of something. They've got tractor trailers backed up to literally from here to this outside door, the alarm thing, literally right there. If you go by there, corner of Arnold Tenbrook and Telegraph, you'll see. Now, apparently somebody didn't like me putting up signs that the city council meeting was tonight and that, you know, we were going to talk about this because they ripped down my sign and they cleaned up the property a little bit. But we're talking, it's beeping, beeping, beeping all day long and huge, huge equipment with, I don't know what it's called, but it has a big shovel and stuff. It's lined up in our front doors and it cannot happen. This was not supposed to happen. And I don't know who gave the authority to do that. I don't understand. That's why 2 men in a truck did not buy that property because they weren't allowed to do it. How many years ago was that, Mayor?
Oh, it was when I was on the city council before.
Yeah.
I got that killed.
And, you know, like she said, the bus stop is right there and they don't have any regards for
Yeah.
anything. They're workers, I get it, I understand. But that we can't have this and we really need the city to take a stand with us. I mean, I've owned my home for 20 years. What, you 35? Now, there's
about right.
there's
It's-
two elderly sisters that live
Yeah.
On the Arnold Tenbrook side over there. We went to our neighbors, we talked to them, they're elderly, they're concerned. I mean, the neighbor behind us, I think he said he was there for 40 years. 40 years.
Yeah.
They're unable to come here, you know, and speak. So I really need you guys to back up the citizens, you're instead of these big companies, because it's not right.
We'll get down there and ask them to be neighborly.
But that's not,
We'll go talk to them, see what they can do. I mean, we got James as our Director of Public Works, and he can go down there and talk to these guys. And if it comes down to it, we got a Chief of Police sitting right here.
I'm sure you understand, that was the same
It's
thing
all
Bill was just
temporary.
saying, it's temporary.
I understand.
Okay, so it's because 2 men in a truck wanted to move there permanently. So this was just, I just wanted to make sure, because it seemed like you were thinking that it was going to be there permanent. I just wanted to make sure.
No, because
Okay.
they were wanting to park semi trucks there and stuff, overnight parking and
Right,
things like that.
permanently.
I was at that meeting.
Right, permanently, so was I.
Well,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
and this can't go. How would you like it? So I'm a nighttime person. I'm at a dead end street. That's why I bought that property. It was off to itself.
Okay.
It's crazy. It's all day long. It's 6 o'clock. Sundays, Saturdays, 3 Saturdays, 3 Sundays now. And this past Sunday, I was taking my crazy dog out that barks, 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 and he's very protective over me. So if he thinks, you know, something's wrong, he's gonna jump on me and hold on to me. Not only were they over there cutting pipes on a Sunday morning, I couldn't take my dog out. Oh, I took it out and he went through my storm door and broke it. and grabbed a hold of me, thinking something was gonna happen to me.
Mayor,
It's been long in our neighborhood.
this is something that we should take a look at, and there's enough information for
No,
the
I
staff
get
to
it.
investigate this. This isn't what was we were informed was going to be going on. So, I mean, we need to take, there's enough there for us to do something.
Yeah,
I really appreciate it, and I know you guys were out of town. You know, you guys don't get by there much, but you know, when my elderly neighbors are suffering too, and they've been there their whole lives, it's not fair. And I really appreciate it, and I wouldn't think that any of you would knowingly allow this without.
didn't know what was going on myself, so we'll look
Yeah.
into it.
And the time frame. So when they started moving in, I went over there and I said, what are you doing? Who are you? What are you doing? And they told me they're Ameren and gas, and I don't care. The companies I don't care about.
Yeah, okay.
But, you know, I said, how long do you think you're gonna be here? Well, 3 to 6 months.
Yeah,
So
that's what I
no, I
heard.
can't open my windows. I can't open my doors. It's springtime. This is my favorite time of year, and I can't.
Okay.
I mean,
Let's-
a big green diesel backed into,
Can you make an appointment? I mean, come see Tammy here in a little bit. We've got your number. We'll call you back.
I've already spoken with her today and I went by today.
Anthony, I spoke.
Very well. And we'll get you some resolution.
I really appreciate it, you
Yeah.
guys. We would deeply, humbly appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Ms. Wagner, thank you for telling me 35 years ago, I helped build your house.
Yeah.
That was a while back. Yeah, that was, all right. Thank you for that. Okay.
Courtney Huff?
So Courtney Huff, I live on 3102 Lakeland Court. Just to kind of go a little bit more in depth on the safety aspect. I know the police have been called quite a few times too, that there are homeless people living underneath that bridge. And now because of the construction, we actually had to tell someone that is private property. You have to go, we'll have to call the police. So on top of construction, you have people walking through there to get wherever their places. So on that aspect, because now we have other neighbors, they're kind of cutting across and going to different places. The bus, again, like they were saying, if this was some construction, we can deal with that. We've dealt with it before, but it's more and more every single day. And now we have mud and gravel in the main roads, people driving crazy. It's nonstop. They'll even honk their diesel horns just waving at their buddies as they're pulling in, not even as a safety aspect to say, hey, we're backing up, just to kind of mess around.
Okay.
It looks horrid all throughout the day. It's not even put up neatly, shut up the diesel areas, tools are laying out. And again, because of situations that are happening, we don't know who is actually supposed to be there anymore. Is it people trying to get to under the bridge area? And because we live at the dead end street, that is a popular area. So we're having people climb fences, going through fences. It's a huge safety aspect. And again, we've tried to talk to them, like she was saying on the weekends, on Sundays, they said, oh, well, that's an anomaly. We don't really work on those days. And then literally the next day they were cutting pipe just for practice. So it wasn't even for work. It's nonstop talking to all the neighbors today to try to get them here. They were angry and saying, I don't even know what's happening over there. And then they're talking to us 10, 15 minutes saying, well, I had this problem. I had this problem with them. It's so much all the time, nonstop, every day. So although it might be 6 months, 3 months, the issue is that there's constantly a new company now coming in and doing the same stuff. Before that, I believe she said it was MoDOT. They kept it clean, but it was, again, a bunch of people leaving their cars overnight. It's vehicles. It's constant. If it was a soccer field like he wanted, at least that helps property value. That helps your neighbors, even if there's people. This is tearing down the whole neighborhood of constant people coming in, not just this.
All right. You guys are looking this. Thanks for bringing this up.
Thank you.
Susan Romano? Susan?
Hi again.
How are you?
Thank you.
Susan Romance, 1402 Cherokee Court. I'm just checking on the status of the debris
Status of,
We've reached out to.
cleanup
reached out to-
when I was here the last time.
Still waiting to see see if they're gonna take some action.
Okay, but on our side, on the Arnold side, because isn't on the one side of the,
It's still within their right of way. So we're
because
starting.
they were out there this week, but they were working on something else. They weren't picking up
Nope.
debris.
We contacted them. There's a number of projects around town. When they get to it, a lot of times they will. Sometimes we were surprised the other day, they cut back some brush. But if they don't do it, we'll continue to stay on them and
Okay,
we'll continue to look at other options, but it is their right of way.
I'll check constantly with you.
I got your email.
Sorry, but I'm just
Fine.
tired of looking at that.
Bad.
I guess they're gonna have to see this 77-year-old woman up there picking up trash along the road.
Thank
I'll
you for
get my
doing that. Hopefully-
groupies together.
There's quite a few spots, like we were talking about off Richardson and 55. There's some areas throughout town and along the right of way, built out right away where there's just too much.
It is terrible,
It's terrible.
just everywhere. I thought, I like Arnold and I like where I live. It's like a perfect spot. I'm close to everything. And I can almost walk to anything, I just don't want to go across the highway because of the
Sure.
way everybody drives, but, I don't know. I guess as we're growing, these kind of things are just getting worse, which is unfortunate. Okay,
We'll fix it. All right, we'll help. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Joe Crouch?
Hello, everybody. Joe Crouch, 2801 Tierra Drive. I want to talk about our subdivision. We have numerous small vehicles, and I'm talking mini bikes through golf carts, four-wheelers, constantly on the road. I talked to Chief and one of the other officers earlier, and just wanted to bring this up to the council. There's probably other places that are having these same issues. And with school getting ready to let out, it's going to get 10 times worse. One of the things I was hoping and suggesting is that maybe we can get something in the paper that says these items are not legal on the streets. And that'd probably help save a bunch of phone calls because I'm going to start calling in every time I see one. The problem is they go down my street once or twice and then I don't see them again. So by the time somebody shows up, they're somewhere else. Sometimes they're riding for an hour or two. So it's going to be hit and miss on catching them. I do know a house that has a kid that's probably 6 to 8 and another one that looks about 10 to 12. On my way here, they're on motocross bikes on the street. Dad's standing in the front yard just watching, which normally he isn't. But he thinks it's okay, obviously. So I'd like to see something done to address this, preferably in the paper so that everybody can see it maybe.
We'll chat.
Maybe that last page where you address the city.
Sure.
Another thing, on our street, on Rosewood, or on Tierra, the 2800 block, as you know, every street, one side is no parking. There's no parking signs in the 2700 block. We don't have one on the 2800 block. And we have chronic offenders at the top end of 2800 block. That
Chronic what, please?
chronic offenders of parking on a no parking side of the street. I mean, there's a van that's been there for a couple of weeks now, and it leaves once or twice, but it's always parked there. Kind of half in his yard and half in the street now because we complained. And there's others that are, like I said, chronic offenders out of the last 2-3 houses on that block. If they could be tagged every once in a while, that might put an end to it. I think as long as they do it and they get away with it, they don't care. They're too lazy to walk across the street. There's room to park on the other side of the street. They just don't do it.
Just because it's my.
It's your subdivision too.
I live there, so I can validate some of his concerns.
Is the signage there now?
Not on the 2800 block.
Yeah, so Joe, I was gonna ask if you're okay, like maybe Chief and I just take a drive through the subdivision and I can probably show him where the hot spots are. And I have also noticed a change in the extra vehicles, the mini bikes or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
So it's,
I got the same problem in my own subdivision.
yeah, I think it's everywhere, right? It's not just this subdivision. I think it is
Oh.
an issue everywhere. So
When you've got a 6-year-old on a bike this high, so he's this high off the ground,
you don't see
scooting
many
through the neighborhood between cars with hills and curves, he's not gonna make it one of these days.
You still need to be 16 licensed driver in the state of Missouri to operate any kind of vehicle like that. So
Yeah.
that's
well,
one thing you can.
I mean, like I said, we have mini bikes, golf carts, four-wheelers, pocket bikes, motocross bikes,
Right.
all of them.
Got it, Joe. Let Rod and Chief get in that. If it's a matter of a missing sign, James is right there. He can fix us up.
Yeah, we talked before the meeting, so.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Thanks for coming in. That's all for public comment. Before we get too much further into the meeting, I want to talk about something I talked about a few weeks ago. You guys know that we've been in contact with the state auditor, and so far they have not accepted our offer to come and speak to the city council on the 16th in an open session. They're telling us that it's going to have to be done in a closed session. So I'm going to hold off any further comment except for to say that they've declined our declination to have a closed session. So we're working on that, and we're not done talking. I sent my last response to the auditor yesterday. I'm still waiting to hear back from him, so stay tuned. All right. Consent agenda. Tammy, would you please read our consent agenda for a minute?
Certainly. Before I read that, there is a slight scrivener's error on the payroll warrant by a penny. So I'll be reading the corrected
penny.
version, a penny.
Okay.
Council meeting minutes from March 19th, 2026, payroll warrant number T00984 and the gross pay amount of $422,238.35. And general warrant number 5903 and the total pay amount of $192,511.93.
Okay, any comments or questions from the city council? If not, can I-
that penny.
I'm glad she found it. All right, and it probably costs a lot more than that just to fix the document. Okay, can I have a motion and a second for approval of the consent agenda?
Make a motion.
Gary? Peggy? Roll call vote, please.
Brian MacArthur,
Yes.
Michael Reithmeyer,
Yes.
Peggy Allen,
Yes.
Rodney Mullins,
yes.
Gary Plunk,
Yes.
Tim Seidenstricker,
Yes.
Troy Blackshear,
Yes.
TJ Fleischman,
Yes.
8 yeas.
We have one ordinance for consideration tonight, bill number 2925. Tammy, if you'd read that.
Bill number 2925, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Arnold, Missouri, amending Chapter 135 Purchasing Policy, Article I, Division 1, Section 135.060, Purchasing Limits of the Arnold Code of Ordinances to increase purchase thresholds.
Okay, Anthony, would you please explain that to us?
Sure, this is just an ordinance to codify the amendments for the purchasing policy to increase thresholds that we discussed in at the March 12th work session. The idea is reduce POs, just this slight amount will reduce POs by about 33%. And it'll also improve operational efficiencies across all departments, that particularly park maintenance and street maintenance. So this is just it's long overdue. We haven't had any changes since 1972. So we're just trying to keep up with inflation.
You guys remember we just did this in our last work session. So if are there any questions or comments?
I just comment for Mr. Lehman to pass on to your staff because I'm not going to give you credit for it, but jokingly. And he knows that, but to your staff to come up with this metric
Improvement.
to get us into the right century. So well done, and it's going to save us a lot of internal process work. So thank you.
Anybody else? Tammy, second reading, please.
Bill number 2925, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Arnold, Missouri, amending Chapter 135 Purchasing Policy, Article I, Division 1, Section 135.060, Purchasing Limits of the Arnold Code of Ordinances to increase purchase thresholds.
Any further questions or comments? Roll call vote, please.
Brian MacArthur?
Yes.
Michael Reithmeyer?
I just had a quick question. I'm sorry. You guys started, I raised my hand.
I'm sorry, I didn't see you, Mike.
Okay. How does that work for bids? Yeah, do we have to get just one bid, two bids, three bids, and what's the, I remember you had made some kind of a comment on
We talking about,
the thresholds.
are we talking about you're talking about sealed bids? Is that what you're asking?
Yes.
Yeah, right now, anything $10,000 or more requires pre-sealed bids. We have to advertise in the paper. The current, once this ordinance is passed, it'll go up to 12,500. And I had mentioned in the future, I'd mentioned maybe we're gonna go ahead and analyze this data a year, maybe 2 years from now. And if anything, that may be a threshold that we want to bump to 15 or something, because we're still considered low when we compare to other cities. We figured just walk before we run with these and just see how these amendments impact the business. But it's pretty tight. $10,000. I mean, that can be basic software purchases, renewals is what we had on the last agenda, if you remember.
Today's expenses, yeah.
10
Okay.
doesn't buy you much.
Yeah.
Please continue with the vote.
Michael Reithmeyer?
Yes.
Peggy Allen?
Yes.
Rodney Mullins?
Yes.
Gary Plunk?
Yes.
Tim Sidenstricker?
Yes.
Troy Blackshear?
Yes.
EJ Fleischman?
Yes.
8 yeas.
Okay, we got a few resolutions for this evening. First one is 26-12. Tammy?
Resolution number 2612, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with School Specialty for the purchase of 225 meeting room chairs and 6 chair dollies.
David?
Thank you, Mayor. This is for 225 meeting room chairs and 6 chair dollies. This will replace right around 225 of our chairs at the rec center now. Those chairs were original from when we built the facility. They've been reupholstered twice, pretty much the welds. They have a chrome look to it. That's all starting to peel off. So it's due time to replace all those. We did go through Omnia, which is a state awarded bid for this school specialty products. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have.
City Council, any questions or comments? Tammy? I need a motion and a second for approval, please.
Make the motion, sir.
Gary? Michael? Roll call vote.
Brian MacArthur?
Yes.
Michael Reithmeyer?
Yes.
Peggy Allen?
Yes.
Rodney Mullins?
Yes.
Gary Plunk?
Yes.
Tim Sidenstricker?
Yes.
Troy Blackshear?
Yes.
EJ Fleischman?
Yes.
8 yeas.
Okay, resolution 26-13. This one's for you, Michael.
Resolution number 2613, a resolution appointing Michael Mann to fulfill the remaining term of Dell Williams on the Planning Commission.
Sarah Turner, please explain.
Yes, so Dell Williams resigned after many years of appreciated service to the Planning Commission. This is a resolution to appoint Michael Mann to fill the rest of Dell's term, which expires at the end of 2027. I've met personally with Michael, and I think he would be a great addition to the Planning Commission.
Very well, thank you for that. Any questions or comments? Well, Michael's here tonight, so I'd like a motion and a second for approval. Brian?
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
Michael? Roll call vote, please.
Brian MacArthur?
Yes.
Michael Reithmeyer?
Yes.
Peggy Allen?
Yes.
Rodney Mullins?
Yes.
Gary Plunk?
Yes.
Tim Sidenstricker?
Yes.
Troy Blackshear?
Yes.
EJ Fleischman?
Yes.
8 yeas.
Very well. Resolution 26-14.
Resolution number 2614, a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with Reinhold Electric Incorporated to provide construction services for the Bay Shore Subdivision Street Lighting Project for the city of Arnold.
This is my favorite one so far. James, would you please explain this? We've been working on this we've been waiting a long time to get here.
Yes, this is for a contract with Reinhold Electric to install electrical conduit for the 43 streetlights going in the Bay Shore subdivision. Reinhold was the lowest of the 2 bids received at our March 24th bid opening. The amount of $217,000, which is 50% funded by a state grant that the mayor was working on. After a conversation with the Vice President Reinhold, they said they'd be able to get started quickly with the intention of fulfilling those grant requirements by mid-June.
Very well. Questions or comments? Brian, I see you getting ready to do it.
Make a motion.
Well, this is gonna be a Ward 2 thing, so
Second.
Brian and seconded by Tim. Just happened to be from Ward 2. Tammy,
What's the grant that Mr. Amato got for the?
it is. Pilot program. Please, yes. Roll call vote.
Luther,
Yes.
Michael Rathmeyer,
Yes.
Peggy Allen,
Yes.
Rodney Mullins,
Yes.
Gary Plunk,
Yes.
Tim Seidenstricker,
Yes.
Troy Blackshear,
Yes.
EJ Fleischman,
Yes.
8 yeas.
As a Ward 2 guy, thank you, fellows and lady. Thank you. Moving right along. Resolution 26-15.
Resolution number 2615, a resolution approving payment to Ameren for engineering and easement acquisition services for the Bay Shore subdivision street lighting project.
This is part of that grant money paying for this one also. So, James, once again,
Yes, this goes along with the previous resolution. It approves a payment in the amount of $79,724.46 to Ameren for services they provided for the Bay Shore Street Lighting Project. Ameren designed the project, secured the easements for the installation of the streetlights. Once Reinhold gets everything installed and inspected, Ameren will come in, pull the wire, and install the streetlights. That's it. Any questions?
questions, comments?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Once again, Tammy, roll call vote.
Brian MacArthur,
Yes.
Michael Rathmeyer.
Yes.
Peggy Allen,
Yes.
Rodney Mullins,
Yes.
Gary Plunk.
Yes.
Tim Seidenstricker.
Yes.
Troy Blackshear,
Yes.
EJ Fleischman,
Yes.
8 yeas.
Okay, no liquor license.
We do.
Got a liquor kit.
And Chair Rodney Mullins will have the report.
Rodney?
Yes, so we have a couple of them this evening, so we'll do them separately. There is an application for for the Express Mart that's at Richardson, kind of back behind us. There's a change in the managing director. So it's more of a finality of the person on record that's responsible for that. So, and the committee is recommending approval.
Very well. Any questions or comments by the city council? Motion and a second.
I'm gonna make the motion.
Troy?
Second.
EJ? Roll call vote.
Brian MacArthur,
Yes.
Michael Rathmeyer,
Yes.
Peggy Allen,
Yes.
Rodney Mullins,
Yes.
Gary Plunk.
Yes.
Tim Seidenstricker.
Yes.
Troy Blackshear,
Yes.
EJ Fleischman,
Yes.
8 yeas.
You got another one?
We do. And the second one is for an application for a Jeffco Quick E Mart, and that's gonna be on Starling Airport Road. So, anybody that's been around for a long time, there used to be a convenient mart
All the
or
way down at the
whatever
end.
word you want to use in that same building. That'll be down on Starling Road. So, that gentleman has provided all the documents, and with everyone's approval, we are suggesting or recommending approval from the council.
Very well. Any questions or comments from Rodney's second proposal?
It'd just be nice for the Ward 1 people over there.
Okay, yes. Can I get a motion in a second, please?
Make that motion.
Troy, where's the other Ward 1 guy? Okay, roll call vote.
Brian MacArthur,
Yes.
Michael Rathmeyer,
Yes.
Peggy Allen,
Yes.
Rodney Mullins,
Yes.
Gary Plunk,
Yes.
Tim Seidenstricker,
Yes.
Troy Blackshear,
Yes.
EJ Fleischman,
Yes.
8 yeas.
Okay, we get one more motion to go. Tammy, if you'd read that one, please.
A motion to hold a closed session for discussing litigation and personnel pursuant to RSMO 610.021, paragraphs 1 and 3.
Okay, I need a motion from the city council to go into closed session after this.
I'll make that motion.
Gary, second. Peggy, roll call vote, please.
Brian MacArthur,
Yes.
Michael Rathmeyer,
Yes.
Peggy Allen,
Yes.
Rodney Mullins,
Yes.
Gary Plunk,
Yes.
Tim Seidenstricker,
Yes.
Troy Blackshear,
Yes.
EJ Fleischman,
Yes.
8 yeas.
Okay, reports from the mayor and council. I don't have a whole lot to report on tonight, but I did have an interesting Monday. I went down to Festus and sat in on that data center discussion and vote. That was an interesting episode in politics. And anyway, I sent you guys all a note on what I found out. So it was quite informative. And that's all I have.
Very peaceful, very quiet and peaceful gathering.
Oh, entirely. Yes, the bullhorns helped.
Yeah.
Rodney?
So just quick update on the Veterans Commission. They all actually participated and attended a Vietnam Veterans Memorial March or walk in Kimmswick last Saturday. So it was cool to see our members supporting other communities as well. So
Sure.
just shout out to them.
And Sarah, thank you for putting that on, and David for getting that on our digital billboards to advertise it for them. So that was helpful. Ryan?
As Sarah related to our long-term commissioner on the planning and zoning, Del Williams, retired, and I'd just like to thank him for all of his long years of service. I think it was about 25 years, just a little bit under mine. So he was a very important part. He knew a lot of knowledge, and he will be missed.
Yeah.
I just want to say thanks to James for patching the potholes on Starling. Temporarily doing the ones on Lakeland, which then you're going to replace some of the concrete in that street. And then he's currently working on Mill, patching some of I noticed as I drove by, those holes have gotten bigger. You guys cleaned them out and they're pretty deep.
Yeah, it started off today.
Okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to rain all day tomorrow. Mike?
I got a question for David. Several people have asked me at Fergby Lane Park, where'd that little bridge go on the front side of the volleyball courts that go over the bridge that goes over to the skate park?
Yeah, it washed out. It was all rusted out.
Okay, we're gonna have another one, do you know? Okay, is it possible maybe?
We can look into it, yeah.
Yeah, because kids are actually walking down in that,
The ditch?
the ditch and they're going up it or somebody gets hurt. I mean, if not, you gotta walk all the way completely around.
The water coming down through there some of these times, it's just, I mean, it's just washing stuff out down there. So it'd have to be something raised and probably, I would assume, engineered too. That was literally just a metal bridge that we had there for that pavilion and go across.
Okay, well, it worked for a long time.
Yeah. We actually got.
Good. Okay, and this is for James. Right there south of Palmy Road, they got like 9 reflectors along the road. And 2 or 3 have been knocked out completely by vehicles. I was asked if those could be replaced.
Oh, yep, we'll take it.
Okay. And the street cleaner, if it could start maybe cleaning up instead of going through the subdivisions, go to where the stoplights are, because there's thousands and thousands of cigarette butts. If you stop at one of the stoplights, let's say like Vogel or Richardson Road, and you look down along the curb, it is disgusting.
Our street sweeping starts 3rd week this month.
Okay.
And it'll go through November.
Okay, that's all I have.
Thanks. PJ?
Just like to wish everybody a happy Easter weekend.
Thank you. Tim?
Happy Easter weekend.
Yes, I also wanted to thank Del Williams. I served on the planning commission for 2 years with him, and we actually sat next to each other on that end, on the dais. And so 25 years is a long time to serve the community. So thank you to Del. I also wanted to thank the residents who came out tonight to speak. I hear people all the time, upset about certain things. And I'm like, well, I look out into the council chambers and there's 5 people there and sometimes there's none. So to have people actually come in and want to speak to us, we certainly appreciate it. And you had said that you apologize. And I was like, don't ever apologize for wanting to care about your community. Thank you for speaking on it more than once as well. It's an important thing. And so never apologize for wanting to
Make it better.
have a nice city and community. So thank you, residents, and happy Easter.
Thanks, Tim. Peggy?
Happy to report Woodbridge project is on the move. I was down there today, dump trucks in and out.
They got the big tractor out of there yet?
No.
Okay. It's getting closer. Gary?
Oh, well, the Veterans is having I guess they're going to have they're going to be working at the Culvers Monday serving food for those people, and then Culver's give them the percentage of the money they take in, donate to the Veterans Commission.
Very well.
And they have some plans to use it to finish Memorial.
What time?
Oh, that's 5 to 8. So
So if you go in and
next
just
Monday,
make-
if you guys gonna eat,
Tuesday.
Tuesday, I'm glad you got my days mixed up.
Tuesday from 5 to 8.
Yeah, 5 to 8, and I plan to be there after 7 anyway.
So just go there and make mention that you're here for the Arnold Veterans.
No,
Commission.
You don't even
have
do
to.
that.
Just
Don't even have to.
Go purchase and they are gonna give a percentage back to the Veterans
That's a
Commission.
change.
You order your food and they bring it to your table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah, all the Veterans Commission are gonna be there actually bringing.
Or if you get a takeout, they still get a commission.
All right. Thank you, guys. Staff reports, Bill?
I'll just update on the TDD houses. We've got, oh gosh, 5 under contract now, rolling toward closing. So we, since Anthony got here, we created a real logical plan. And the residents over there know where they're at in the queue. And we're working through it. We happen to have some money stacked up and we were able to accelerate the first, the first batch, but moving along nicely.
Very well. Thank you. Anthony?
2 quick things, just a reminder, for Good Friday, City Hall, it closes early, so we have a half day tomorrow. Secondly, we do not have a work session item next week.
Right.
That's it.
Okay, very well. Tammy?
Just happy Easter to everyone.
Okay. Chief Carroll?
No report, Mayor.
All right. James? Somebody talk. David?
I'll talk.
There you go.
The rec center will be closed Sunday for Easter. And then our final winter market will be next weekend, the 11th. And that's 9 to 11:30. And then May starts up the first market every Saturday.
Very well. Looking forward to it. Thank you. Bob Sweeney?
Happy Easter and congratulations to Dell. I also worked with him for that quarter of a century, even though I'm barely a quarter of a century old.
Okay, right. You're supposed to tell the truth.
Under oath.
Sarah?
Not under oath.
Thanks for appointing Michael Mann. We look forward to working with him on the planning commission. And right now the planning commission is full, which is super nice, which kind of segues into just a reminder that the Board of Adjustment has numerous openings that are currently being advertised on our website as far as what the Board of Adjustment is, what is expected of those members. And I just encourage anyone who might be listening or is attending that if you want to be involved in the city, please consider letting me know if you want to serve on the board.
Is there not an opening also on the Parks and Rec Department commission, the board?
I think Terry has the one person that sent it in her
Okay.
resume, so I think we're just waiting for that.
All right, very well. Thank you. That's all you got, sir? All right, thank you. We're going to take a 10-minute break before closed session. Thank you all for coming out tonight and sure appreciate it.
Rose. Yes, I do.